people who are watch my live stuff, pretty much enjoy all this stuff. Venom. If you enjoy my lives, leave a like and comments. Vote for MSB the man. I'm just gonna keep on doing bone cracking, and you guys can rate it however you like. I won't care, but you can rate how much you want it. All right. And if you're wondering how I do that, put your tongue at the top of your mouth like this. Then here, if let me make it easier for you guys. I will turn on a light for you guys. Do this. Then and then for the water droplet, you can use this finger or this one. You can do that. You can do the water droplet anyway, pretty much. All it takes is this finger or this one. Apply it to one of these parts, and then that's how you do the water droplet. How you do the bone cracking, you do this, then like that, and then this is actually my first time ever doing live, so right how I do for live. Just enjoy all the things I do. And all my stuff that I did were not fake for doing the Venom. I would agree with that. Thank you, Goody708 and Matt Flows. I would agree that I'm acting like a clown right now. I will agree with that. I won't care what type of comments you put, at least be truthful and honest. Yes, I am real. Yes, love bug, I am real. Like, for advice, what do you mean? No, I'm not an atheist. Have you ever heard of like doing Riz for someone? I'm not a pedophile. Okay. Have you tried anything else? Yeah, Troller Bear. To be honest, Troller, I do not know who Bobby Fischer is. You could try that. It just depends on what type of parents they are. I will tell you that. Because some parents do not drink any beer. So maybe double check if they don't, because then that parent will be like, oh, this person would not be good enough then. So try your best. No, I do not like furries because I don't know how to pronounce them without being mean. I just don't like them in general. If I liked a 17-year-old, I probably I try not to panic about it, because then it'll give you too much stress, which could cause you to have a panic attack or like not enough courage. So my advice would be use any type of coping mechanism, like deep breaths. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That would be my advice if you were in that type of situation. But like I said, just try not to stress yourself out. And plus, that would show that you would not be good enough for that person then. So if I were you, I would try to figure out what you like to do to calm yourself. I'm 16. And if you're surprised how I know a lot about that stuff, is because I've had experience having some crushes, and I have gotten too much stress to the point I lost hope and courage to ask that girl out. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm going to get rejected. Then that's just going to go through your mind. No, she was 16. And what I pulled was a stressful moment, and started thinking like, oh, what should I do? Should I just ask her out, or should I just wait? But if you wait, that's just gonna give you like a lower percentage chance, because then that person could have a boyfriend then. Yeah, pretty much. But just don't go immediately like, will you go out with me? Just like try to get her name, try to see what you guys have in common. Yeah, pretty much, but what I'm saying is get to know that girl you like at least. So that you can know them more better and see what you two have in common. And then you could start off watching a movie, seeing how it goes. Yeah. I do coping mechanisms too. Yes, that could work. Have you known her for a bit yet, or did you just start having a crush on her? So, when was the last time you talked to her? Okay, so if you make her feel too awkward, she could friend zone you then. But, okay, but let me give you a good warning. Do not act too creepy, or else she will just friend zone you then. Because I've been friend zoned a lot. Because I just immediately am like, do you want to go out with me? That's when they're like, we can just be friends. So, like, can you give me more detail by, like, what she meant by that? In what ways? Okay. If it's old. But if it ever happens, just try to stay calm. Okay, so you at least know what friend zone is. Yeah. Because, okay. That would make sense if it crushed your soul. It would crush mine too. And plus, bars have more attractive girls there. So that's like the more hot spot. But I'm not saying go to that if you already have a girlfriend, or else you'd be considered cheating on her. Okay. That's a good choice saying hi and bye. Okay, that's good. And another piece of advice, like, at least get their number, which you already do. Just don't text them 24/7. Okay. All right. That's good. Yeah, like I was saying, for advice, if you have a girlfriend now, that means you did, but The reason why some people could lose them is because they either type their messages too much or they just find out that they're cheating on them. I'm not trying to discourage you, but I'm just saying just don't get any other girl's attention or else you could start like 75% disadvantage then. Yes, I have, and it was not a good experience. It made me upset for let me think about 2 to 5 months of upsetness. It didn't take me to. She would have been like texting me saying, "I'm sorry, I want to be with you again." I just ignored her. If that ever happens, just ignore them and they'll stop. If you're ever in that situation. You're welcome. Other than that, since I left, the way you feel about it, yeah, I would never forgive one too. I mean, I would never forgive one. And I mean to say forget. But yeah, that's my advice for all that. Okay. Um, have you asked her to go to a movie yet? Have you met her mom yet or no? You're getting there? What's your progress so far, though, for it? That would make sense. She would be mad at you. Her mom would be mad. Okay. Yeah, it just depends on like what type of person you like. Just talking is progress. That's a good start. Like, give it about a little longer, and because then they'll start feeling more comfortable talking to you more often. Okay, that's a good start. Ask her what her favorite scary movie is and see if one of them are in the theaters or if you can get it on any of your apps on TV. Because then that would be a good start. Well, let me give you advice for that part. If you do it too fast, that's when they will start getting. Yeah, I know what you mean. What I'm saying is, if you go too fast, that's when they start getting uncomfortable immediately. But I'm not saying you can't do that. I'm just giving you a fair warning. Who's my crush? I have too many to count. I only know some of their names. Other than that, I have too many to count. The reason why I know how to give this advice is because I went immediately to asking them out, and that's how you can get rejected. That's when I actually started feeling discouraged, so that's why I'm telling you to not do that, or else you could get yourself too high in hopes then. That's what I'm saying. Is yep, it is a work good. It is a work in progress. I still got a few more to do, but other than that, just keep on working on your progress. Then just make sure not to ask her when to take a bigger step, because then they feel uncomfortable. Yep, the trick is to be funny. If a girl acts flirty towards you or accidentally mistaken, saying easier said than done. Yes, it is easier said than done. Like, what have you said to her? I do too. I've seen one with a kid with bald spots. So that part of my advice is try to think of something you like to do to get your mind off of it. But if you do have a girlfriend, do not ignore her. Yeah. Give her whatever attention she wants, just not uncomfortable energy towards her, or else that's when you could get friend zone. I'm not saying it's possible, but I'm just saying. I just want to give you the best advice that I know of. Yeah, me too. But as long as you don't ignore them too much, do something stupid, or act weird around them, then you won't be. You won't get friend zoned then. Then you're like in the clear without getting friend zoned. That's all I'm saying. The reason why I actually started YouTubing is because I was feeling lonely, so I decided to start YouTubing, and lots of people comment on my stuff, which makes me actually feel better. And some of my friends do that because they actually comfort me if I'm ever feeling down. So if you're ever feeling like depressed or down, go to your friends, ask them for advice if they know any. It just depends what type of friend you have. As long as they're a good friend, they can give you the best advice then. Do you have any different ones? Okay. 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 So technically, they can still help you with that advice. Just don't ask them about any other stuff. Just ask them like to make you feel more comfortable without making them wanting to make you uncomfortable. You could just tell them like you're feeling down or depressed. Would I date a trans girl? Yeah, I know. I would, but it just depends if they're a good one or a bad one. I'd rather date good ones because they give you more positive energy. They have a lower chance of friend zoning you, but if they're bad ones, you have a higher chance of getting friend zoned and that certain girl forcing you to do stuff. But if it's a good one, then you both can do the things equally. Is there any other advice you want? You, um, would I date one? Um, it's like I say, it just depends on what they're like, what their personality is like, what their hobbies are. It just depends. Is there any other advice you need, Love Bug? Yes, I do. Yes, and one of them are no, but I'm not they are my friends. But yeah, I've tried talking to him. I could try that. Yeah. Is there any other advice you need, Love Bug? Like how to deal with feeling down if you got friend zone or any other things? Yep. Okay, soon, Love Bug, I'm gonna end my live because I'm doing this at like. No, it is not, because one of my subscribers are literally I think a 45-year-old girl. It doesn't seem weird because some people actually do that, but I think the legal age, it just depends on where you live. Is what I'm saying. Like, I've actually once dated a 18-year-old. Yep. Yeah. I anyways have to end my live stream, so I actually enjoyed giving you advice. Comment on one of my videos if you need any more advice. You can do that anytime, anywhere. Just feel free, and then I will comment saying I will, and I'll start a live stream. Okay. I'm ending it now. But before I end it, do you need any other advice before I end it? Or are you good? Okay. But yeah, if you have any questions about anything else, I will read any comments you put in my YouTube channel. All right.